What is up, you guys? It's your favorite tarot reader, and I am back. Except I'm not back with another read. I'm back with a smoke session. Okay, honey, period. If y'all not here for the smoke sessions, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I don't know what I'm looking for. But I'm chilling, and I'm looking for my drink. But it's my birthday week, y'all. I'm chilling. These are like the easiest videos to post where I could just be myself and talk to y'all. So I'm liking these, you know. I fuck with these. So yeah. So hey y'all, what is up, you guys? What do y'all have going on? What are y'all doing today? Yeah, I'm a little bit tipsy. I'm a little bit feeling myself. I'm chilling. I'm relaxing. I'm having a really good day. I've just been spending the day alone, chilling in the house, smoking, relaxing, just high off life, like vibing. Like this month, like it's something about this month that's just been so good to me, and I've been so grateful, and I've been so appreciative this month. Like this was a really good month. Y'all, I don't even know what I want to talk about. I've just been in such a motivated energy. Like I want to keep filming, I want to keep posting, I want to keep talking to y'all, I want to keep talking to myself. Shit, like I've noticed since I've been alone this week, like I talk to myself so much, like, and it's not fake. Like it's not because you want somebody to hear you. It's not because shit you feel like you have to. It's not because like you feel like you're really talking to them. Like I just genuinely be like needing to hear shit and like process it out loud, because sometimes I feel like the shit that's going on in my head be way too loud for me to just think about it. Because if I just think about it, I feel like I myself would get lost. I myself will get lost in the midst of what's going on up there. So it's easy for me to process things by talking out loud. That way I can hear my voice outside of everybody else's, or outside of everything else that's going on in my head. Like I'm one of those people who feel like I'm my best friend, who feel like I'm the only person I can talk to. I'm the only person that I can be myself around. Like that's how I be feeling. So when I be alone, I really value this time. Like I really appreciate this time, like to just talk to myself. And I real life be out loud, like talking to myself, like just me, my higher self, shit, God, whoever I'm talking to. Like I really want to get out of feeling like I'm all I got, because I'm realizing like over time that like that's really not true. You know, I've done a lot of trauma bonding with people, you know, like friendships, relationships, all that kind of shit. Like I've done trauma bonding, meaning like I'm probably going through something in my life, so I'm leaning on somebody and I'm wanting or needing a specific thing from that person or from that relationship. So that's why I'm trauma bonded to them, you know. And now in my relationships, I'm learning that whatever I'm looking for in the relationships with the people that I'm in relationships with, whether it's friendships, relationships, family members, I can first seek that and give that to myself. And that's such an empowering type feeling. Like, it's such a, like, it make me want to like sit up. Like, it make me feel good to know that I can give myself everything before I'm just expecting it from somebody else, because that's what make relationships so hard, you know. And it's like, in a way, I feel like everything is like a contradiction. And I wanted to talk about this in yesterday's video, but like lying, you know, that's a contradiction. Like, I feel like everything that we say is pretty much a contradiction. Like, I don't know what made me go to that thought. I don't remember what I was saying. But yeah, I don't remember what I was saying. I tried to find it, but I really can't. I can't pinpoint what the fuck I was saying. I wish I could like stop the video and like watch it and try to get what I was saying, but I can't, and it is what it is. But yeah, I just feel like when you really trying to, I don't know, like, it's distracting my mind that I can't think about what I was thinking about, because I know it was important. I don't know, like, what was I just saying? Like, I don't know. But you know what's crazy? Like, every time I've tried to like bring that to the forefront, bring that to the surface, the lying versus manifestation thing, like that it kind of always slips my mind, even though I always mention it. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to talk about it or not. But that's probably why I can't remember what I was supposed to be talking about, because I'm supposed to be talking about this. Thank you, God. Okay, so with manifesting and like trying to be who you see yourself being, like, I've been realizing, like, as I'm manifesting could come off like as being a liar, right? So it's like, say I'm manifesting $1 million, and I'm constantly telling everybody like, oh, I'm a millionaire because I believe it and because I'm manifesting it for myself, and that's my way of manifestation. Like, I speak it into existence. So I'm telling everybody I'm a millionaire. Whole time everybody looking at you like, bitch, you a liar. You're not a fucking millionaire. Like, you're not a fucking millionaire. You're a liar, right? So then it comes to you like, okay, so like, what is lying? Because who says that I'm lying? Like, you? So it's kind of like double standards. I feel like everything that everybody says is a contradiction, because just because you feel that way don't mean somebody else feel that way. You know, like, what is good? What is bad? Like, let's say I stole something from the store, right? That could be looked at as bad. That's a crime. But what if I'm fucking homeless? I don't got no fucking food to feed my baby, and I'm finna go steal some milk, bitch. I'm finna go steal some motherfucking diapers or some shit. Am I still wrong for that? Even though I'm poor as a bitch, even though I can't get the shit, like, I'm working, but I gotta keep my lights on, I gotta keep, like, you know, it's kind of like, what the fuck do you do? So in my mind, I guess how I'm thinking is like, I don't feel like anything in this world is set in stone. Like, anything, nothing is set in stone. Like, nothing is set in stone. Like, nothing is concrete. Concrete ain't even concrete. I'm looking out here and there's plenty cracks in this shit. Like, it's plenty grass growing through this shit. There's plenty flowers growing through this shit. Like, that happens. You know, like, it could be a crack in any foundation, in anything. Like, even with us, like, there has to be cracks in this. Like, we want to think we're not broken. We want to think we're not damaged. But, like, yes, we are. But that doesn't mean that we can't be fixed. Like, just because we bruised, or just because we have been hurt, or just because we see ourselves a certain way, that doesn't mean that we aren't still worthy of good things. Like, you know. And then like just thinking about like how everything in the world is something. Like a house is something, you know, a tree is something, a bush is something. I feel like all of that stuff holds energy. Like even a cup is something. Like this cup has a job. This cup has a job to hold my drink. And I feel like this cup gonna feel shitty if it fall off the table. It's gonna be like, damn, I fell off the table. Like I dropped that drink and I had one fucking job to hold this fucking drink. Like it's like I feel like everything has emotion. Everything is a thing. Like I feel like this cup got its own world. Like this cup probably don't see me how I see me, you know, but they got their own life. Like let me, like how like it probably sound crazy. Like I'll probably think like, oh, she just high, she just crazy ass girl. But no, like think about like when you watch Toy Story and shit, like these toys have their whole own world. They're not really thinking about, okay, Andy got all this shit going on, he finna go to college, he probably stressed out, he don't know what his major finna be. He finna leave all his toys behind. Low key, he still got all these toys as a grown ass man. So is he weird? Like, is he a hoarder? Like, what the fuck? Like, they not thinking about the shit that's going on in Andy's mind. They just thinking like, look, we gotta be here for Andy. Whole time, like, bitch, y'all toys talking. Andy not thinking about the fact that these toys that went on a whole motherfucking adventure. You see how, even though our lives are parallel to each other, the toy and Andy both in each other's life, parallel to each other's story, they live in completely different fucking lives, like not knowing what the fuck is going on in the other person's head. Woody was this man's best fucking friend. Whole time, he didn't know this nigga talked. He didn't know this nigga had a whole world with these motherfucking toys, and he was the whole motherfucking sheriff and the leader of all this shit. You know, like whole time, but that's his best friend though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm giving y'all me. And I be watching these videos called soft underbelly. It's like prostitute videos, like Skid Row videos, porn star videos, ex-pimps, all kind of stuff like that. And I be watching these videos, and it's this girl named Amanda. Shout out to Amanda. She is a crackhead, or she on some type of drug, and she be talking real facts about how the people in her head are like programming her story, trying to make her do different stuff, like all type of shit. She not realizing that drug is the storyline. The drug is her storyline. Like it's kind of like the drug is what's right in her storyline. It's crazy, but she be making so much sense to me. And I'm not on drugs, I'm not crazy, I'm not none of that shit. But it's like we tell people that everybody is crazy. Like we do that. We put that on people and make them feel like they can't be themselves. And I'll tell you, God, I said it in the last video, so if you haven't watched my last smoke section, tune into that one. I'm gonna leave the link in the description box below. But God leaves nothing hidden. Like everything is in plain sight. So motherfucking crackheads and shit walking around and motherfuckers thinking they crazy, they talking crazy while they on drugs. But you gotta think about it, when you on drugs, your mind is going elsewhere, like literally, like going to other dimensions, other realms. Like y'all heard that confirmation. Like, so it feels kind of like y'all, the same motherfuckers y'all think is crazy, North Shore Fire Rescue 82, the same motherfuckers that y'all think is crazy are the ones that are here to save the world. Like the motherfuckers that be talking that real shit, like the motherfuckers that be speaking facts, the motherfuckers that are not afraid to go to those other dimensions, the motherfuckers who have broken the motherfucking jailbroke their motherfucking life. It's like a motherfucking iPhone. The iPhone is the most motherfucking wanted phone out. It's the most technology driven, it's the most advanced, like all of that shit. So it's kind of like it's a hot commodity, right? That's what we are. I don't think that's what I was gonna say, but I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and sip a little bit more. I'm drinking Ciroc French brandy. It's so good. It's so smooth. You don't have a hangover. You don't feel sick. It's really, really nice. She think I'm chilling on. Okay, so let's talk about insecurities, cheating, relationships, because I don't know if y'all can hear the music, but I'm listening to K Camp, Black Man Don't Cheat. He from Milwaukee, my hometown, 414. So shout out to him. Shout out to you if you're from Milwaukee. If you're from Milwaukee, comment a 4 in the comments, like the little emoji, like 4, period. But yeah, so y'all, I never realized how much like being in a relationship will show you your insecurities, like will show you everything that you're scared of. And I don't even want to say insecurities, because I feel like that's kind of like one of those words, like that, like it's one of those words that kind of has been made to label a person, you know, like, and it's looked at as a bad thing. Like if you're insecure, it's bad. But like, why is it bad to want to improve yourself? So I'm not gonna say insecure. It's one of those fears that really pops up when you hop into a relationship. Because before, it's like before you in a relationship, and I'm not even gonna say that, because it could be just before, let's say not even a relationship specifically, but it could be before you in a different phase of your life, you know. You could be thinking you look so good, you in such a good position in your life, you posting, you feeling good, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm good. But as soon as there is something to lose, fear comes in. Like as soon as there's a thought of losing something that you care about, whether it's finances, a home, a job, a car, a man, your kids, anything. Like if it's your kids, like you gonna go hard when it comes to like working, because you have a fear of like not being able to feed your kids, right? It's the same thing. In a relationship, I feel like a lot of women jump into going hard with the insecurities, with the assumptions, with the red flags and shit, out of fear, like, damn, I don't want to lose this nigga, or damn, I don't want to lose this relationship, damn, I don't want to lose this love, right? And it's like we looked at as, or not even we looked at, sometimes we look at ourselves like it's a bad thing to be fearful of losing something that you love. That just means that you love it and you don't want to lose it, you know. And I think a lot of times people try to eliminate fear. They try to say fuck fear, like we don't need fear, I ain't scared. And fear is just fear is an emotion. Like I think fear is an emotion. It's fleeting. Like you're not always scared, right? You're not always happy, you're not always sad. Some things are concrete, some things are not. Like some things are not concrete, nothing is concrete. But like, feelings are fluid, meaning they're moving, like constantly. They're constantly changing. Speeding down here, speeding down my block. I live in the hood, y'all. Like, and it's crazy. Let me tell y'all how it's so weird, because lately I feel like I take a picture and I can see myself posting it years from now, and I can see the event in which why I'm posting it. It's crazy. Like I feel like I've been living so much in the future that I have not been present. Like I haven't been paying attention to my now. I've been so, ooh, I want a car, ooh, I want a new house, ooh, I want to travel, ooh, I want this, ooh, I want to be a millionaire, ooh, I want to have this, ooh, I want to be this. And it's like I'm not paying attention to all the shit that I'm doing right now that's gonna get me to exactly where the fuck I want to be. Like don't smoke Optimos. These motherfuckers go out 24/7. I mean, if you want to save your weed and you ain't trying to just let the air smoke it, it's good. But I swear, if you don't got no lighter, bitch, you finna be out shit out of luck. But it do keep you from just wasting your weed if you talking or anything like that, or if you know. Y'all, let's talk about music fucking playlist, y'all. Like I feel like I'm so musically inclined. Like I love music, but I never know how to get new music. Like I feel like I listen to the same music like every single day or every single month, or like, and music is so therapeutic. Like if you ever really listen to the lyrics, like most of the times it's exactly what you're going through. It's exactly what like you are gravitated towards music that vibes with where you're vibrating at, or where the artist was vibrating at when they made the song that they made. Like, shit really be vibrations. Like, we really gravitate towards people and vibrate towards people. Like, gravitate things that are like us. Even like bugs and shit, like I feel like they gravitate towards certain people. Like everybody, like, let's talk about perception. Like, everybody has a different perception of everything, and I touched a little bit of that in the other video too. I've been noticing that I'm really repetitive. If y'all didn't know, I have DID, dissociative identity disorder. I switch off. I kind of like, I'm gonna do a video about spiritual mental health and spirituality after this. I said I was gonna do it yesterday. I didn't end up doing it, but I noticed that I repeat a lot of stuff. I go over a lot of stuff. It's kind of like I'm in school, you know. I was never really good in real school, but in the school of life, it'd be like I'd be studying. Like, I'll be going over the same stuff, and I, like, y'all wanna know one thing, like, that my mind used to do when I was young, and it still do it. I also want to talk about manipulating energy, so remind me to do that. But when I was younger, I would say the same thing, or I would hear the same thing in my head like 10 different times. And I would tell myself, like, okay, stop saying that. Like, okay, I hear you. Like, I'm finna say it. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, like, I really be studying in my mind. Like, I can really hear my thoughts. Like, and it sounds crazy to say I can hear my thoughts, because everybody can hear their thoughts. But I know what thoughts really are. So for me, it's like, damn, I'm really hearing y'all. Like, I'm really hearing what y'all be saying. I'm really hearing y'all, like, repeatedly tell me the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, you know. And it'd be like, okay, we need you to hear it. Like, we need you to hear it. Because sometimes I really do look over things that I hear in my head, because, like, when I was younger, I used to hear my name being called a lot. And I used to go to my mom, and I used to be like, yes, huh? Because I couldn't say what, but I'm like, yes. Like, did you call me? And she like, no, I did not call you. I did not. And I used to go to the top of the stairs, and I used to yell like, huh? Yes. And she like, girl, ain't nobody call you, you know. And I think that kind of taught me to ignore the voice in my head. Like, I'm just hearing stuff. Like, I got so much healing to do, y'all. Like, and I'm a little tipsy, and I just kind of want y'all to see my healing process. You know, when I'm in a healing phase, y'all always see it. And I feel like that's what I'm in right now. You know, like, I really wanted to just turn up and have fun and all of this, and I'm realizing that that's not where I am. Like, I want to heal myself. I want to have times where I'm going deep into myself and going deep into these conversations, because even that one thought just sent me to where, like, how it started with me ignoring my spiritual gifts. You know, me making sure that I don't do that with Kamaya, me making sure that I acknowledge when she says that grandma in there, or she said this, or he said that, or Gigi said, and I'm like, who is this person? Like, where they at? What they look like? What, you know, like, I want to make sure that I'm encouraging her, you know, to listen to herself, to trust herself. You know, I don't want to tell her it's wrong. I don't want to tell her what she's seeing or what she believes in ain't real, because I don't know that. And coming into the stuff that I see, somebody could tell me what I see and what I believe ain't real. But I know it is. Like, I know it is. Like, there's so much different perception. Like, everybody sees stuff differently. And just last night, you know, I was stunned because my boyfriend texted me this long message. He's going. He's traveling. He's seeing his family right now. And he sent me a long message and just kind of talked to me about how I impacted his life. And I was texting back, but I didn't get the chance because we ended up being on the phone. But when we first was in our relationship, I didn't have the perception that he could love me the way that he does, or that I was beneficial to him, or I was helping him, or I was there for him, or any of that. I felt like I was nagging all the time. I was very just kind of like stern, you know, because on my journey, if y'all have tuned into my How I Manifested a Husband videos, on my journey I've kind of been very much stern with how I allow people to love me, right? And I had this perception that when you come into love, it's supposed to be it, like it's supposed to be happiness from there. And I didn't understand how much really went into it. You know, you are meshing two different beings with two different lives, with two different experiences, with two different storylines. And it's hard. Like, it's not easy. And when he sent me all of that, I'm just kind of like, you know, like I did that. I was, you know, like it took me off guard because I never had that perception. You can never know why a person loves you the way that they love you as much as they love you. You know, you can never know why people stare at you. You know, we get attitudes about people looking at us. We don't know why they're staring at us. You know, we can never understand why stuff happens to us or why we get hired at a job. We don't know what they see in us that's like, ooh, I really want this person to work here. Even if we give in our best speech, that's probably not even what they're thinking about in their head. We don't know. You know, it's kind of like everybody is constantly moving mentally, and nobody is really moving in the exact same direction. And that's okay, but I feel like there are only so many directions you can go, north, east, south, or west, you know? It's kind of like, okay, where are we going? Or at least that's what they tell us, that there's only a couple ways you can go. There's only a couple things you can do in life. There's only a couple careers. Like, I mean, when you think about it, I'm one of those people who, like, when people tell me, my boyfriend's sister-in-law told me she was going to school to be a librarian. And I'm like, I never hear of people saying, I want to go to school to be a librarian. Like, you never hear that, right? And I'm just like, dang, like there are really careers and jobs that you would never think about, you know, that people have and that people want. Like, that's people's journey, that's people's direction. Like, think about the person that installs toilets in the malls. You're not thinking about that when you go to the mall and you really, really gotta pee and you've been in the mall for 2 hours looking for a cute dress. But it's like, damn, I should really be thankful for the man who pursued this career, because what if we didn't have bathrooms in the mall? Right? Like, in that moment, it should be like, damn, thank you God for creating that person to want to work for that company, or make a company, have the idea to make a company. Like, hey, we gonna install toilets at the mall. Like, come on. Man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little smoke session. I didn't even smoke the whole blunt. I kind of just ran my damn mouth as always. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I am taking personal readings. You guys can cash at me at money sign CapriceCooks. You can also email me or Apple Pay me at CapriceCooks@iCloud.com. I am selling t-shirts. These are tees by me. Period. And yeah, I'm out of here, y'all.